This summer, Instacart presents famous summer flavors coming to your front door. Or pool. Or hotel.
Your grocery delivery has arrived, sir.
That was faster than room service.
No violins in the lobby.
Oh, seriously? Anyway, sit back, relax, and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Starring your favorite snacks, drinks, and more. Download Instacart for free delivery on your first 3 orders. Rated H for hungry audiences. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum $10 per order. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms and fees apply.
On today's Smart 7, Southport suspect named in court, Joe Biden secures release of prisoners, and lots more. It's Friday, 2nd of August, it's Colouring Book Day, and happy birthday, Lily Gladstone.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The suspect accused of the Southport attack that left 3 children dead appeared in Liverpool Crown Court on Thursday. In an unusual move, the judge allowed the 17-year-old to be named, waiving anonymity in the public interest, in part because of what he called the idiotic rioting that had taken place over the last few days. The suspect is Axel Ruder-Kuber, and he was remanded in custody until October. Prime Minister Keir Starmer held a press conference on Thursday afternoon to address the public order issues that followed protests, sparked in part by disinformation spread online about the attack.
We will establish a national capability across police forces to tackle violent disorder. These thugs are mobile, they move from community to community, and we must have a policing response that can do the same.
He didn't criticise Reform UK leader Nigel Farage by name, but his video on Tuesday speculating about the identity of the attacker was seen as adding fuel to the fire. Baroness Warsi is a long-term campaigner against Islamophobia, and she says that the process of poisoning communities has been going on for some time.
For me, this is not surprising. Defamatory claims have stigmatised Muslim communities. And if you continue to poison our communities in this way, then it shouldn't really surprise us that we see that playing out on our streets.
New Health Secretary Wes Streeting hasn't had much chance to celebrate reaching a deal with junior doctors, as he's now facing unrest with general practitioners. They've announced something just short of a strike that they're calling collective action, which will see appointments capped and a work to rule in a dispute over funding. It could mean that GPs will only see 25 patients per day, with 98% of the membership of the BMA backing the move. Wes Streeting has asked for a pause in the action and was keen to remind doctors that Labour wants to improve things in the NHS.
I can totally understand why GPs would want to punish the previous Conservative government, but this action will only punish patients. We now have a Labour government that's really committed to working in partnership with GPs so that people can get a GP appointment when they need one.
However, Dr Claire Gerarda, the former chair of the Royal College of GPs and a working GP herself, says that the situation is unbearable, and that's why they've decided to take this action for the first time in 60 years.
We do more as GPs in this country than any other GP ever. We need a complete reset of what's going on. The NHS is broken, and the only way to fix the NHS is to fix general practice.
It's been a long time coming, but finally on Thursday, the Bank of England lowered interest rates. The first cut in 4.5 years sees rates drop by 0.25% to 5%, which should ease some pressure on mortgage holders. It was a tight vote, however, and Governor Andrew Bailey said that while inflation had eased enough, nobody should expect significant cuts across the next few months. Chancellor Rachel Reeves was keen to remind people that the reason our rates are so high is largely thanks to Liz Truss and her disastrous mini-budget.
Homeowners will welcome this cut in interest rates, but I know that millions of people are still paying higher mortgage rates after the Conservatives' mini-budget. That's why I'm focused on taking the difficult decisions to fix the foundations of our economy.
Ever since Joe Biden stepped down from the presidential race, he seems to have become very focused on working his way through his to-do list before his term ends. He's proposed new legislation on the Supreme Court, he's continued to push for a ceasefire deal in Gaza, and on Thursday he pulled off a significant diplomatic coup. After months of secret negotiations, it was announced that 3 US prisoners held by Russia were to be freed, including recently convicted Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. Not only that, the deal also saw the release of Russian political prisoners and European citizens who had been wrongfully imprisoned. In return, 8 Russians were delivered back to Vladimir Putin. President Biden says it demonstrates the importance of having strong diplomatic relationships.
Our alliances make our people safer. It says a lot about the United States that this deal includes the release of Russian political prisoners. They stood up for democracy. Their own leaders threw them in prison. The United States helped secure their release as well.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, farewell to Andy Murray, and Rick Astley doesn't want you to give up Rick rolling. Right after this.
This summer, Instacart presents famous summer flavors coming to your front door. Or pool. Or hotel.
Your grocery delivery has arrived, sir.
That was faster than room service.
No violins in the lobby.
Oh, seriously? Anyway, sit back, relax, and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Starring your favorite snacks, drinks, and more. Download Instacart for free delivery on your first 3 orders. Rated H for hungry audiences. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum $10 per order. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms and fees apply.
Welcome back. Thursday saw more medals roll in for Team GB at the Paris Olympics. There was a silver in the women's rowing 4, which means Helen Glover now has 3 Olympic medals, while the men's 4 picked up bronze. US gymnast Simone Biles picked up her 2nd gold of the Games and her 6th Olympic gold overall as she won the all-round gymnastics. In tennis, Andy Murray and Dan Evans were in quarter-final action against US duo of Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul, with Andy chasing a final Olympic medal. It wasn't to be, though, and despite a valiant fight back, the British pair lost in straight sets. Murray reflected on reaching the end of his professional tennis career.
Yeah, I'm proud of my career. I worked really, really hard to achieve the results that I did in a really difficult time, to win the major titles. I gave it a good go. How my body sort of finished shows that, put my body through a lot training-wise and obviously on the match court as well. Looking forward to a rest now.
Rick Astley is one of the good guys in the music business. He went from starting life as a T-boy in the Stock Aitken and Waterman studios to becoming a huge global star, and he's still as popular today, playing Glastonbury last year and touring almost constantly. He's got an autobiography coming out in October just called Never, in a nod to his most famous song that also became an enormous internet meme. He spoke to Steve Denyer in Virgin Radio about how he's learned to love the phenomenon of Rick rolling.
The beauty of the internet is it's up to people.
Power, yeah.
Exactly. Whether it's a cat doing something daft or whether it's an artist singing a song from whenever, it's a people's choice thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to call it a piss take exactly, but I'm not the age, I'm not the generation of the internet.
Nobody does a car chase quite like Luke Besson, so when you hear he's co-written a new movie which reunites 2 of the stars of the Fast and Furious franchise, you'd better put on your seatbelt. Weekend in Taipei is funnily enough set in Taipei, and it stars Luke Evans alongside former Fast co-star Sung Kang. Evans plays a DEA agent on assignment when he meets up with a long-lost ex, played by Guilun Mei. Things get pretty chaotic pretty quickly from there, and it roars into cinemas on November 1st.
What are you doing here? How did you find me?
Mom, who's this?
Mom, you have a son?
John, calling Cindyman right now.
You bring me my wife, and you kill John Mahler.
You're in trouble now.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.